Hello and welcome for the round three of the Bespoke Racing League here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We are here ready for race three now, and we are now just awaiting the end of practice session, which is about to end in the next 40 odd seconds, as you guys can see on your screen. Once we're done with the practice session, we can get on with the grid order as we await the drivers to grade up. Obviously, we do not have a qualifying session for this race, as session timings are, grid order is decided by the second fastest lap they've done in qualifying that was held for race one. Race 1 was a pretty exciting race with close battles between Advait Deota, Sai Sanjay, and Saurabh Bandyopadhyay. But now let's see what this race has in store for us. We are obviously expecting nothing less from this race compared to race 1, because this is again still a 9 lap race, which is again pretty long for this race. And now, as we are now gridding, let's run through the grid order. We have Advait Deota in P1, Saurabh Bandyopadhyay in P2, Sai Sanjay in P3, Shana Limousine in P4, Oshan Kathodia in P5, Vishwas Vijayaraj in P6, Munjal Savla in P7, Kartik Rani, who did miss race 1 with some issues, is now back and he is starting P8. So that's the grid for this race, guys, and we are now just waiting for everybody to be on the grid. I think so. I suggest the only driver left to do so. And now that he's done that, we shall be on for the 9 lap race any second now, just waiting on the green flag to drop so that we can go racing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and it is lights out and away we go. Although the other getting a strong start always, that seems to be a very strong point of him in his races, and gets ahead pretty cleanly. But further down the field, we are not very clean. Sasha has hit the wall and is now having to fit now. Vishwas Vijayaraj, part of one of the spinners. Munjal Savla getting through clean. Kartik Rani making the most of his start into P4 from P8. Shana Limousine up into P2. Right behind Advait Deota, in fact. This might be a battle that is going up. Shana Limousine, of course, the race winner from the previous race, is now clearly side by side with Advait Deota, but Advait Deota having a bit of a better line. Gives him the opportunity to keep it in front. Shana Limousine tries to make something of it, but is not. We have the top three nose to tails, everybody. We have them running so close to each other. We have Kartik Rani right behind them as well. Not too far off the top three, just a couple of seconds. And then Shahan has lost it. I think he's made a mistake through the corner and he's had massive damage. And Kartik Rani gains from that and goes up into P3. But now my question is, has Saurabh Bandyopadhyay picked up any damage? Let's have a look if we can get an angle on that front wing. Yes, he does seem to have picked up some damage. So the gap between Kartik Rani and Saurabh Bandyopadhyay is shortened. I think Saurabh Bandyopadhyay has smartly let him through, knowing that he cannot be, he won't be able to challenge him that hard. In fact, he would just lose more time. I think has let Sai Sanjay, my bad, Kartik Rani go through. But now the fight between Advait Deota and Kartik Rani would be one to watch. But the gap right now between them is 4 seconds. So we will have to wait on that and see how it comes through. So right now we do have Oshan Kathodia in the pit lane along with Munjal Savla and Sai Sanjay, who is right now getting himself towed from that opening lap incident. Unfortunately, we're not having any names for some reason on the graphic. There seems to be a glitch in the system. But I can assure you that right now in P1 we have Advait Deota, in P2 we have Kartik Rani, P3 Saurabh Bandyopadhyay, P4 is Vishwas Vicharaj. P5 Ishan Ali Mosin. P6 is Mangal Savla. P7 is Oshan Kotharia. And P8 is Sai Sanjay. I believe he would have left the session. Yeah, when we don't move cameras to him, so I believe he has left the session now. Kartik Rani, he won three of the previously held four races in rounds 1 and 2 and has missed out on round 3, race 1, and now is running P2 for round 2, for round 3 race 2. He did have a comfortable lead after race round 2 on the championship, but now having Advatyoda finish second in race 1 and now finishing P1 right now. If he continues like this for another 5 laps, after sorry 6 laps including this, then he should be good. But Kartik Sarani is closing in now. He's brought the gap down to 3.5 seconds from 4 seconds, and yeah, the fastest lap is also with Kartik Sarani, 1 minute 12.385. And he just brought that back down to 3.3 seconds. So let's ride on board with Kartik Sarani. Let's see what he has to show us in terms of what he does when he's in the car at this track. Kartik Sarani, of course, being one of the very, very quick drivers in real life as well as this game, as well as on iRacing. So he is one to watch out for. After a run of bad luck through season 1, has come back a lot stronger. Seems like he has been practicing for this season and has come across, profited out of it, but he would have had a bigger lead if not for the power outage in round 2, which the same applies to round for this round, race 1. So in the standings, I can see that P2 is Kartik Sarani made quite a lot of mistakes and then has lost time to Advatyoda. P3, as you can see, is Saurabh Bandapati Vishwas in P4. Muntu Savla has made a pit stop and is now in P5, and so has Oshan Kotharia made a pit stop and now is in P6. But Oshan's pit stop was quite a lot longer than Muntu Savla's. I really don't know what went around over there, because Munjal's pit stop time is 2.5 seconds, and Oshan's pit stop time is 1 minute and 57 seconds. So I don't know why he hasn't used his faster unless he's pit for the second time. And Shan Ali Mohsin was also in the pits a moment ago for the second time. I know about that. For a further 2 minutes and 31 seconds. So it's all gone wrong for Shan Ali Mohsin, who could have been looking to take the lead of the championship this round if he had a strong result this race. But now Advatyoda seems to be the contender for that, unless we witness something different in the remaining 4 laps, which includes this one, of course. And right now the new passing lap has been set by Advatyoda, a 1 minute 11.876. Kartik Sarani has not managed to improve on his original time. We're looking at Advatyoda now, coming through first couple of corners to start lap number 7. Oh, I think we have a spinner. I think Kartik Sarani has spun with that sound. No, okay, he's good. The sound just confused me a bit there. But on the previous lap, Karthik was on a 1 minute 11.899. So he's showing us, more like telling us that he has the pace, but he's just too far back at the moment to do anything to the other. I doubt he's even put him in the slightest pressure. And now Saurabh Bandapalya has lost his place to Vishwas Vijayaraj. What has happened there? Yes, I see. Saurabh Bandapalya has not bid for a fresher set of front wing, and that has costed him a lot of time. He is falling back from Vishwas Vijayaraj, and I wonder how much of a lap time deficit is that damage. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's doing a 1 minute 15.929 as his best, which is pretty much 4 seconds off the pace. Uh, of the pace. So yeah, that is something that sort of I think made a gamble and did not work out. And yeah, and previous lap, Karthik Rani did a 1 minute 12.718. Clearly fairly inconsistent over here on his lap times. Not not up there, not up to the mark of Advaita. He has been chilling out after setting the fastest lap at around the 1 minute 12.2 and 1 minute 12.3 range, and is pacing himself, making sure not making any mistakes, and come home cleanly with this race win, which should help him a lot after that DNF in round 1. We've just started the final lap with Advaita here, who seems to be on his way to set or to win the race right now, and in a fairly stylish way, with 4.5 seconds, an increasing gap to Karthik Rani in P2. We do have a little glitch in the graphics, but as long as you guys can see the gaps, I think for now it's more than enough. Now, Advaita is approaching chicane, the second class chicane, which will then lead on to the final bash straight, and then the last chicane, and then he would win the race. But now my question is, Karthik Rani is slightly closed in on Advaita, if I'm not wrong, and he seems to have been going quicker this lap. So do I have a feeling that he has the new fastest lap of the race? Now the Dioda has finished the race, and Karthik Rani, well, I was wrong. There was another Dioda going fairly slowly. He's on 1 minute 12.999. Finish P1. Karthik Rani is on 1 minute 12.871 to finish P2, the last lap. So the first lap remains with Advaita. But in P3 we have Vishwas Vijayaraj with his best result of the season, and Saurabh Bandapalya seems to have crashed again, just trying too hard, but and it's in the pit. Chanali Mohsin is in P5 now. I don't know what happened to the other two drivers, Manjul Savla and Oshan Kothadia. He has now finished P5. I believe Saurav has finished P4 because he is ahead of the line, even though he's in the pit stop. But okay, Munjul Savla is bringing home a very much not a complete car, and a sight that no driver would want to see while they're finishing the race. Nonetheless, he has still managed to finish the race and get on with it. Oshan Kothadia in the pits has finished P7. Sai Sanjay, retiring on lap 1, has not finished the race. So now as we move on to see how we have finished this race with the results, 9 laps of racing later, we have Advaita in P1. And Karthik Tarani in P2 with a 4.1 second gap to Advaita. Vishwas Vijayaraj in P3 with a 28 second gap, in fact, to the Saurabh Bandyopadhyay, first of the lapped cars, finishing P4 along with Shan Ali Mohsin and Muntul Savla on the same lap in P5 and 6. Oshan Kothadia in P7 has finished 4 laps behind Yoda, and Sai Sanjay retiring on lap 1 has finished in P8. Now, I would like to see the incident with Sai Sanjay that happened on lap 1. Let's have a look. Is it this one? Let's just go on board with him now. The wrong car. Just pause that, get onto the correct car. You can. Yeah, I think we're on the correct car now. Yeah. Now on board with Sai Sanjay on the starting grid at on lap 1. He goes into turn 1 pretty violently. He's brought this on to himself. He's turned in a bit too late, and yeah. Yeah, so he's just turned in a bit too late. He hit the change of uh, height. That's the correct thing. I don't know. He hit that pretty wrong, and brought this up on to himself. Next up with Munjal Savla, I think that's the one where he hit. Sean Kotharia just hit the wall there. I think from the damage of hitting Sai Sanjay. Yeah, that was pretty much most of the incidents. We did have one more incident on the last lap, I believe, with Mundal Savla. Considering the way he finished the race, that is something that I would like to see, and so something with okay, so he spun. Has spun, and then oh, no wonder. That's exactly what happened to Saurabh Bandyopadhyay, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Saurabh lost control, and that's how Saurabh Bandyopadhyay lost control of his car and had ended up back into the pits. But now, as we are in the session, the session seems to have ended now, and after 9 laps of racing, these are your results of race 2. So you guys can have a look at that, and I shall take my leave.